Being. Hello, everyone, and welcome. As you come on, if you are unmuted, can you please mute yourself? I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much for taking the time and for being here tonight. What we're here to do is we're here to celebrate some incredible difference makers. And what we consider a difference maker is someone that has said yes to an incredible opportunity, something that they might have not know anything about. They've been searching for a solution for months, years, decades, who knows? And as a result, they said yes. And that has transformed their lives. And not only just their lives, they became an inspiration for others as well. So I want you guys to take the time to really listen to these incredible stories, because I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is going to inspire you. So let me go ahead and I'm going to do a screen share really quick. And here we go. We are here together tonight to talk about an incredible company named Isagenix. My name is Christina Potter, and I've been with this company for over 5 years now. And it has transformed my lives in more ways than one. And what Isagenix does, Isagenix is a company that's based on integrity. It's a family-owned company. It's been around for over 18 years. It's in over 30 different countries. And like I said earlier, you're going to hear 3 incredible stories. There's going to be a story about, income earning. There's going to be a story about weight loss, energy, kind of weight loss going together hand in hand. Please know that the results are as a result of the effort that everyone puts in, and everybody, as in like physical, and everybody as in a person, is different, and we all have different results. Why Isagenix? Well, a gazillion reasons. Here's a few. Let me do this one. What did I just do? Isagenix, like I said, we've been around for over 18 years. We've earned over $7 billion in total sales. It's privately held, responsibly run, no operational debt. That is incredible. Most companies are in debt up to their eyeballs. We have over 300 legacy club members, which is individuals that have made over $1 million. And we're lucky enough to have a beautiful soul with us tonight that is actually one of those 300 and some. She's actually number 270 something, I think. I'll go and check on that for sure. We've given over $15 million to charity. I mean, our vision is everyone deserves to experience a healthy, joyful, and abundant life. How do we do that? We look better, we eat better, we feel better, we move better. It's just simply better altogether. And we have a blend of science and nature, quality nutrition, convenience, and simplicity. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a video that kind of explains all this, and it's one of my favorite videos. My mouse doesn't work when I do this, but it might work now. Please work. No, it's not gonna work. Let me do this. I am going to minimize that. You don't need to see my Bluetooth or my Zoom. Bear with me here, guys. This is what no, that's not what I need. Sorry, that's definitely not what I needed. Nope, that's not what I need either. That's not what I need either. This is embarrassing. Come on, girl, you got this. I can't do it. It's not listening to me. I'm just gonna stop the share altogether and forget about it. Let me see. Siri's having trouble hearing me here. And for some reason, that video is not pulling up, so forget about it. Are you guys hearing Siri, or is it just in my head? Never mind. I'm gonna go back to the screen sharing, and I'm gonna go back to my slides because that's where I need to be. The link is not working, so forget about it. So let me just go. We have different solutions. We have weight loss, performance, vitality and well-being, personal care, and financial wellness. And our beautiful guest for today that is going to share her financial story, she's got some prior arrangements, so I'm going to go ahead. Usually I have this story going last, but we're going to have her share it first today. So she's coming to us from beautiful Hawaii, And she's a loving mother of an 18-year-old son and a wife of a helicopter pilot. How awesome is that? And she's been with Isogenics for 8 years. And like I said, she's million number 279. And she's a former teacher and educational consultant. So her story is going to be financial. So she's going to share how Isogenics has financially transformed her life. So where are you, beautiful? Carlita, can you unmute yourself and let us know what Isogenics has done for you?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. And Christina, what a beautiful job. I love seeing all these faces and all these people I've known for a long time, and a lot of new people too. Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Well, it's amazing what this company has done for me, you know. My son is 13. I wish he was 8 sometimes, but that's okay. So yeah, I've been with the company for 8 years. I think that's what you were thinking about, almost 8 years, coming up on Thanksgiving. And, you know, when Isogenics came into my life, I had been really exhausted from overworking. I had my own tutoring company and I had a lot of employees, and No Child Left Behind was a federal program that stopped really suddenly. And, you know, it's so funny. Sometimes we pray for things and then when the prayer gets answered, we don't like it. And that's what happened to me. I prayed right before this happened to get out of the life that I was in. I had 198 employees, flying between 5 islands, serving all these kids in need. And, you know, my company, you know, private practice, brick and mortar businesses with payroll, no joke. You know, some months you might have $10,000 left over. Some months you might be $10,000 short. That's just how it goes, right? And I was always stressed. Oh my gosh. And I was, you know, sleeping 5 hours a night. And I remember that night thinking, I'm helping all these other kids, but what about my kid? What about me? And I just prayed the most sincere prayer that I had to get off this hamster wheel. I didn't even have time to think about it. Well, a week later, No Child Left Behind, that's been around since 1963 under different names, stopped. No notice, like a week's notice. Threw me into bankruptcy. At first it was business bankruptcy, then that followed into a personal bankruptcy. And I remember, I don't know if anybody here anybody listening can relate to a moment like this, but I was sitting on the deck of my little 900 square foot house in my robe with 14 file cabinets on the porch, heavy, I'll go ahead and say fat, exhausted, depleted, and just so bummed out that I was 42 and gonna have to start over and bankrupt. And I didn't feel good. I was bitter. And I didn't see it as an answered prayer, but it was. Right at that time, you guys, someone amazing reached out to me. Her name is Rhonda Collier. She calls herself the Queen of Freedom. Go look for her on Instagram. She just sort of popped up on Facebook. We had chatted once. I didn't really know her, and she asked me a question. Then all of a sudden she said, do you keep your options open when it comes to health and wealth? And I was like, ew, what does that mean? No, I don't, ugh. And I was all like skeeved out. But so I said, no. I was really rude. I blew her off. And guess what? I started stalking her after that because I was like, what is she talking about? And she was flying around, going here, going there, totally fit, totally carefree and happy. And I wanted what she had. So she had given me her number. I called her up and I said, hey, are you still on Maui? And she said, no, I'm going to the airport to fly back to California. And I said, wait for me. It's security outside right before you get on the plane. And I went and I met her at the Starbucks right outside of security. She said I asked her 7,000 questions. And, you know, that's the day my life changed. I remember I didn't tell Rhonda on that day. I just said, well, I just want to lose some weight. But in the back of my mind, I really wanted to see if this could be what saved my family. And you guys, it did. Christina did a beautiful job with compliance in terms of a disclaimer, just making sure, I don't want anybody to think that what I did didn't take work, because it did. But I went from bankrupt to millionaire here. I went from looking at a 3-pack of underwear for $8 and telling myself I really shouldn't buy it, to making more money than I had ever made, to making what I used to make as a teacher sometimes in a year. And, you know, that was really different for me. I mean, I grew up as the daughter of a a lawyer, but he was a lawyer for low income people. And so he didn't make much money. And, you know, I'd always been someone who struggled financially in my life up to that point. And it just blew my mind. Christina, you know how we get paid in cycles and we make cycles every week and every day you can see how many cycles you made? I used to tell my husband all the time, hey, Tim, last night we made 4 cycles, or last night we made 8 cycles, you know, or something like that. And I just blew my mind that you could make money while you slept. And I definitely worked. I definitely talked to people. I didn't know what I was doing. I just was ignorance on fire. But you guys, today I live a life. My son goes to this amazing, expensive private school here. I live in this amazing house upcountry Maui. We go on, before, when there was traveling, before this strange year, we go on ski trips and snowboarding trips, and that's all paid for by Isagenix. And the most incredible thing is the time that I have had. I got my time back. And I'll tell you, Isagenix saved me 3 times financially. The first time was when I was bankrupt and sitting on my porch in my blue and white robe, fat, exhausted, and broke. And every time I made money, I went and bought groceries with it. It wasn't funny. And the money just kept coming in. I remember calling Rhonda and saying, but what's this $162 for? She was like, I don't know. Do you want to go look at shoes? I was like, no, what's this $200 for? She's like, I don't know. They just pay us. They just pay us. And I made her get me on the phone with commissions, and I couldn't believe all the different ways we got paid. It was some from, you know, bonuses for packs, some residual income, some based on the volume under us, some different rank advancement bonuses. I just couldn't believe it. It saved me. The second time was when my mom died suddenly at the beginning of 2018, and I just fell on the floor and didn't get up for a year, and that's the truth. And that I was able to stay home and be paid multiple 6 figures and just grieve and sort out my family stuff, my extended family that I was going through. And then the last one was this recent year of this strange year when my husband came home and said, I'm laid off. In fact, I'm furloughed. There's no health insurance at the first of the month. And I had to go out shopping for health insurance, which was $2,000 a month. And I said, it's okay, babe. You've worked really hard. It's okay. It's okay. I got this. And I was able to, you know, pay for everything that our family needs because of Isagenix. So, boy, did it deliver on a physical level, of course, because nobody wants to, you know, I wouldn't be running around telling people about this if it didn't change lives, if it didn't get the weight off, if it didn't get your energy back, if it didn't make you wake up feeling like how you felt when you were 9 years old running through the fields chasing fireflies. That's how you feel with Isagenix. So I am so forever grateful. And I was just really excited to come and share my story.
Thank you so, so much. I know without a doubt that your story is going to inspire someone out there, because I know there's other people that are going to financial struggles right now because of what's going on in the world, right? They might have lost their job, or they might have just not been able to have their own business, and all of a sudden the doors have been closed for months. I mean, this is unheard of. Like, nobody could prepare for this, but how incredible that Isagenix had us ready for this without even knowing that this was going to happen. And you were talking about, you know, losing your mom, and I had the same experience. My mom passed away 4 years ago, and I shared this when I did my share, but it's so beautiful. Like, I was at her funeral and my phone goes ding, you got paid like thousands of dollars for me staying home and taking care of my dying mom, and I still got paid. And how many people don't get to experience that, right? How many people don't get to be home with their kids before? They're like, oh, I want to put them on the bus, right? Watch them go on the bus. Now it's like, I need to be there to homeschool them. And we can offer that to people. So did you have any network marketing experience? I think I know the answer to this, but I just want the world to know. No. Zero.
I'd never, I mean, you know, I had never sold. I mean, I really think it's a little different than selling here. It's sharing, it's changing lives, but I'd never sold anything in my life. I was always a civil servant. I worked for migrant farm workers as a paralegal. I taught English to migrant farm working families. I worked in inner city schools, in inner cities, training the teachers and creating their reading programs and teaching reading in bilingual schools. I, eventually went into private practice as a tutor, but that's all I had ever done, besides maybe lifeguarding and, you know, a few things like that. That's all I'd ever done in my life. I had no experience with this. And that's what I love, is you don't need experience. You need a body. You put this incredible superfood system into your body. you electrically come back to life, and you're like, they weren't messing around. Like this really is different. And everybody is already spending money trying to feel the way this made me feel. And it's not that's the moment when you just really, tell everyone about it. And that's what I did. And I was ignorance on fire, Christina. I did not know what I was doing. I was like, tag you're it, don't ask. Just, people were running after me on Maui. What are you doing? What are you doing? And by the way, Tim and I were like the family that sent Sebastian to birthday parties with our gluten-free organic cupcake. How's that for setting up a kid for lifelong therapy? Because we weren't going to have him eat blue dye cupcakes. I mean, and so when people on Maui heard that we were doing isogenics, they were like, well, we don't even have to look at the ingredients because Carlita and Tim, those freaks, are doing it. Well, we know we can have it, So it's good stuff, people. It's really amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. Once you start filling your body with this good nutrition that our bodies are starving for, it automatically changes how we feel, how we think, how we are towards, a lot of people in isogenics say that it's a personal development with a compensation plan. Like you grow in ways you didn't even know. And the beauty of it, and what I love about network marketing, is that you don't have, and I always say this, is like, nobody's going to ask you for your resume. I don't care if you're a doctor, if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you're a teacher, if you're, a contractor or a mechanic. We have mechanics to millionaire, right? We have stay-at-home moms to millionaires. It doesn't matter what your background is, what color of your skin, what, education you have, how much money you have in your bank account. It could be in the negative, and you could do this. And it's, you have a team, a support, a loving company that pours money into us, just like you said. It's like, what is this for? I don't know. I had a similar experience when I got to become an executive, and I had made personally, with all the bonuses and things, over $6,000 in a week. And my husband was like, did they make a mistake? I'm like, I don't know. It's my bank account now. So hopefully not. Obviously they didn't make a mistake. So beautiful. I love you. I'm so grateful for you taking the time to share this. And I know you're going to inspire some people out there that are searching for a solution. And especially now more than ever, it's like every person, everyone is your customer. Everyone can do this. What kind of business? There's no other business out there that does that, right? It's like
people need it. People need the money right now more than ever. People are already, everybody watching this, you're already spending money. You're going and trying to get the greens. You're hiring someone to food prep. You're trying to get an online exercise thing, thinking you can exercise your way to feeling better. And this is so high tech. Like you said, a blend of science and nature, and everybody is already wanting to feel better. They're already spending money, and people are going out and trying to drive Uber and trying to do all these different jobs and trying to pick up extra hours and just trying to figure out how to get by. And you know what? This is the way, meaning you can be home, you can create income from home, just being yourself and talking to people about what's happening to you.
And there's no compromise. I mean, there's our ingredients are, like you said, they're the healthiest there are. We're backed by science. This program has been ranked 4 times above the heart healthy diet, right? So it's like your doctor's gonna tell you, oh, eat this, eat that. We've done 4 times better than the doctors out there when it comes to fueling your body with the right nutrition, and it's been proven on so many levels. So I love you. I appreciate you. Keep saving lives and impacting lives. And I'm so proud to be part of this team with you, and I can't wait to get back to an event where we can all just get together and give each other hugs. So I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I love everyone here, including the people I haven't met yet. So I'm seeing a lot of beautiful faces in all the comments. I'll mute myself now. Thank you, Christina.
Thank you so much. Now, guys, you heard about how our program and our it's no compromise. Their nutrition is approved, they're responsibly sourced. We have undenatured whey protein. We made with natural ingredients, no gluten, none of that stuff. And I had personal health issues, and the no gluten and all that stuff was really good for me. This is the science that I was talking about. 2 times people that were on our program, they had 2 times more weight loss, 78% more fat loss, and 2 times more muscle mass. And with that being said, I am going to go on to this hot mama, Melissa Dillon. She's 33 years young. She's a mother of two, and she's been a teacher, another teacher in the house for 12 years. And look at her incredible transfer. Let me make this bigger so you guys can see it better. Look at her from October to August. Look at that picture. Look at that smile. You know, be stronger than your strongest excuse. And she's going to let us know how she's done that. And Melissa, if you could please unmute yourself, beautiful. I would love to hear your story.
Hello, everyone. I'm very nervous, so just bear with me today. But first of all, I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me. I am just completely honored to be on this call, and hopefully I don't cry too much. But my story is pretty much, it's a long one. I have been on a weight loss journey since I was 9 years old. I'm one of 5 kids, and my parents were really busy working opposite schedules. And so there was always junk food available in my pantry, and I was the first to grab the bag of Doritos or whatever was in there and just pretty much eat the whole bag. And eventually it caught up with me. And as a child, I started noticing that my food started changing after a while after eating this junk food for a long period of time. And I started being put on diets at a young age. And I just remember vividly this vacation that I was on. And I was on something called the 3-day diet, and I had toast and cottage cheese for breakfast. But my siblings, I was looking around, and they all had McDonald's. And so I started noticing these changes in my diet, but everyone around me was eating something different. And so I started to feel like something was wrong with me. And I also was put in Weight Watchers at a young age. I was surrounded by adults, and I was, again, this child. So I started feeling, again, like something was wrong with me, and that, I was kind of like an outsider to my family. And so I started developing some really bad self-esteem issues. I started feeling like I was not good enough. I started feeling like I wasn't accepted for who I was just by the way that I looked. I felt not pretty enough, not worth anybody's time. And I just started having a lot of negative self-talk inside. And this caused me to really push people away. I didn't trust a single soul. I had a really hard time with relationships. Just anybody, if you came my way, I would just hide. And I started having this love-hate relationship with food. I loved it because I was comfortable with it. Anytime I was happy or sad, I would reach for food. But at the same time, I would hate it because it would make me gain weight. And so I just went through this battle in my head, and it was my friend. I felt like I had food, but I had nobody else. I felt very alone. And I became just this emotional eater and this yo-yo dieter. And so this went on for several years. And I finally admitted that I had a problem and went to a therapist at the age of 16. And he diagnosed me with depression, anxiety, and OCD. And with OCD, I not only obsessed about food, but I also, like, if the weight wasn't dropping off fast enough, I started obsessing over my skin. And I would sit there for 4 hours straight. I would pick at my skin. And any flaw that I saw on me, I could not stand to look at myself. So I would just sit there and pick. And I would even put bleach on my skin just to, like, get freckles to come off or anything that I saw that was a flaw. I developed eating disorders in high school. I would even, if you've ever seen the movie Mean Girls, I would be one of those people that would take her tray and eat in the bathroom stall. I know that sounds really nasty, but I hated when anybody would look my way when I would have food. So I would just be so insecure that I would take my tray and I would eat in the bathroom. I would post like these quotes on my mirror that said, "Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels." And I know that wasn't the most positive message, but to me, that's just what I knew. And, I just went with that quote. And sometimes I would even go to the point of starving myself. I went to a therapist throughout my life. I just felt like nobody was helping me no matter how hard I tried. I would try, and I felt like I was talking to thin air, like nobody was helping me. And so I just moved on with my life, just feeling alone again. And eventually went to college. I gained some weight, but eventually I was like, nobody's going to want to be with me. So I need to lose this weight to meet a potential spouse, and went on this diet, lost about 40 pounds, and then was like, I need to meet a spouse. I'd like to continue on with my life. So eventually lost the weight, met my husband, and 3 years later we had a baby girl. And then with my baby girl, they told me that because I have regular depression, that I would suffer from possible postpartum depression, which I definitely had. It got really bad, but I got through that. And then I had some extra weight from that pregnancy that I tried to get off, and lost about half of that weight before getting pregnant with my son in 2019. And when I got pregnant with my son, I gained about 70 pounds then. And that time the weight just would not come off no matter how hard I tried. I tried every diet I'd tried in the past. Nothing was working for me. And then the virus hit, COVID hit, and I was just absolutely miserable. I could barely face another day. All of my depression had just caught up with me. I had no energy. I was depressed more than ever. And I had so many different mental breakdowns during that period of time. I hid from everyone, did not want to have anything to do with anybody. And eventually I just got to the point where I prayed to God. I said, Lord, I need help. I can't do this anymore. I'm a terrible mother. I'm a terrible spouse. I just felt terrible about myself and felt like I couldn't go on, that I wasn't worth anything. And then not long after that, Alyssa Bierman started posting about this nutritional program she was on. And honestly, I feel like it was an answer to my prayers, and I will tell you why as I continue on. So she would post these live videos. She would post about some shakes and cleanse days and how she lost 50 pounds in this short amount of time. And eventually she reached out to me, and I was very hesitant at first. I felt like nothing in the past has worked. Why is this going to work? And so I told her I would do my research, and she was really patient with me. And then eventually she reached out again. And at that point, my husband had lost his job due to the virus and them cutting positions. And so I told her, I'm so sorry. I really don't think I can afford this, but I appreciate you thinking of me, and thank you, and kind of left it at that. But I kept seeing her posts and her transformation, and it really made me want that for myself. And I just kept seeing that, and I craved that for myself. I wanted that happiness. I wanted that joy. And so fortunately, my husband, he created a financial plan just in case we had an emergency, and just to kind of keep us financially safe. And luckily he had a bonus come through, and he told us, we've been through a lot this year. We're going to take this bonus, and each of us can take half of that money and spend it on whatever we want. And automatically I knew what I wanted to spend my money on, and that was Isogenics. I said, I just have such a good feeling about this program. Something about it is just different than anything I've ever tried. The way the people acted, how long they've been on this program, all the success stories that I was seeing. And he said, you know what, Melissa, it's your money. Do with it what you want. And he was in full support of it. And so Alyssa eventually contacted me again and put me on a call with her coach, Frank, and they set me up. And I got to know him. He asked me questions about my goals. And I just felt like these people truly cared about me. It was the first time in my entire life, really, that I felt like I had this support group. And they wanted to see me get healthier and be the best version of myself. And I really could not believe that they were investing all of this time in me, Melissa Dillon. I just felt like I was this ordinary person. What in the world do they want with me? And they truly just wanted me to be a healthier version of myself and to be the best version that I could be. And so I told them during that call that I wanted to go all in, and I ordered the value pack. And I started the program actually on my son's first birthday on April 30th. And I started with a birthday cake shake. And around day 5, I started feeling different. I can't even tell you, I just did not know what to think. I had never felt this way before. Everything I've been told about the program just totally made sense to me, and I felt completely alive for the first time in my life. I had so much energy. I felt on top of the world. It was crazy to me. And I even started incorporating exercise into the program, and before, you would have never seen me do exercise. I would have popped on the couch and not even touched exercise, but I was getting up six days a week and doing exercise, and I just continued to follow the program as it told me. As the booklet said. And I honestly, when I joined this program, I didn't realize that it came with a community of people. I thought that you just went on your way, you signed up, and you just did the program by yourself. But this program comes with a community of people that accepts you where you're at. They don't care what you look like, no judgment whatsoever. They just want to help you, and they truly care, and they root for you. They have such a positive energy about them. And I honestly didn't know how to react to this at first. I could not believe the amount of support that I was receiving. And I can tell you guys that I'm completely changed. I feel like a completely different person. I have more energy than ever. I actually mowed the lawn the other day and it still shocks my husband. Like, he looked at me for probably 10 minutes straight and was like, "You really want to mow the lawn?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's get this started. Where's the lawnmower?" And he even took a picture and put it on Facebook as proof. And he just could not believe it. Like, he was just completely shocked. I get up to exercise again 6 days a week. I run around with my kids. I'm more present for my family. I smile and laugh more, which is huge for me. I used to never crack a smile, and now I'm sitting there smiling and laughing about a lot of different things. I'm not hiding anymore. I'm wearing tank tops and shorts, which you would have never caught me in at all. And I'm on this Zoom call. This is a huge thing for me. You would have asked me that 4 months ago, I would have just run for the hills. I would have never even tried joining this Zoom call. I would have been like, nope, I'm not talking in front of people. But I figured if I could inspire one person on this call, that it was worth it to me to, change a life and to get past my fears. And so here I am. And also just a couple other things is I joined a weight loss competition right before Isogenics. I started at the bottom of the pack and I ended up winning the entire pot after just 10 weeks, and went back to work as a teacher, and people barely recognized me. I had my assistant principal tell people, like, jokingly, that we lost half of you, and some people were saying you look amazing. And I was telling Frank this story the other day, but this one lady did a double take and she goes, "Melissa Dillon, is that you?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's me. How are you doing?" And she said, "We have to wear masks, and I know you can't see my mouth, but my jaw is dropped." And it just felt really good to be getting recognized for my hard work and my dedication to this program. And now I'm 4 months in and I'm almost down 40 pounds. I have a lot of muscle definition that I've never seen before. And I can tell you that, if you're on the fence about this program like I was, it's worth it. You should sign up. Before this program, I did not believe in myself. I felt like I had no purpose or any value, like towards anything, towards life. But I chose to invest in myself and make this change and start believing in myself. So please just know that you are worth it. If you're on this call and you're doubting yourself, take time and invest in yourself like I did. You deserve it. And this program, it truly, truly saved my life. So thank you to Frank and Alyssa for pushing me, for motivating me, for loving me as I am, and for just helping me pull me out of the darkness. I really, really appreciate it.
I love you. I appreciate you. And I am so grateful that you're part of this beautiful, amazing team of ours. Thank you for saying yes to yourself. And, when I introduced you as a, weight loss and energy story. But honestly, you didn't even bring up the weight until the last minute. Like, you says, "Oh yeah, by the way, I've lost 40 pounds." Like, it doesn't matter. Like, the non-scale victories that you mentioned, and the taking us down to your lowest moments and sharing that with us and being so open and being so vulnerable to the world, because there's going to be thousands of people that are going to see this, and I know without a doubt that somebody is going to be touched by you, because you're not the only one going through this. And the fact that you had the courage to be on here and to share this, you're going to inspire some other moms out there. And I love you for it. And I'm so grateful that you're doing this and that you're sharing this. And guys, until the Zoom, I've talked to her on Facebook a few times, but I've never really seen her face to face. I've seen her pictures on Facebook, but I've never seen her face to face. Look at that beautiful smile. Look at that. She's radiant. She's glowing, right? And what did she do? She said yes to herself, to becoming a better mom, to becoming a better wife, to becoming a better version of herself. And who would have thought that just drinking some shakes and some cleanse juice can do that, right? You started for the weight loss, and you start with the, you want to go down on the weight, but you grow in your soul. And I can totally agree with you as far as it being an answer prayer, because just like, Carlita said, and I was the same way, I was praying for an answer, and this program came into my life. I don't doubt it's divinely inspired. I cannot wait to give you a big hug in person. And I love the fact that you reached out and you you told people out there, it's like, hey, come back, go, go to the person. I mean, I'm telling you this, guys, the person that invited you to see this, it's because they believed in you. It's because they know you have potential, right? It's because they know that the stories that you're hearing right now are meaningful, are truthful, are authentic, are from the heart. And because this beautiful soul said yes to Isagenix, she's now the best version of herself. And all that high school drama and all that family history and all that high school pain and all that lifelong pain is completely like gone. I mean, I don't know of anything else in the world that could have done that. No shrink. I personally don't think that any, shrink could have helped you. And I'm not making any medical claims. We do not treat any medical conditions like depression or anything else. But when you fuel your body with what it needs, it's gonna do what it's supposed to. And she was supposed to glow, and there she is, guys. She's glowing. I love you. I appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to having you back on here soon. Hopefully to share your journey. I really want us to follow you on your journey. I love you.
Thank
and
you.
I'm so grateful for you being here. I can't say that enough. I'm like, everybody's out there crying, and I see so many people drying their tears. You've touched so many hearts, and I'm grateful for that. Keep going, girl. You got this. So, guys, I can't share this enough. I can't tell you enough. I mean, look at her before and after. Look at that smile in her. You saw it live, and now you're seeing it again on the pictures. So I'm just gonna go on, and you might as well keep the tissue box coming, because we have Helen with us as well. And look at her transformation. She's lost over 100 pounds. She's a 34 years young mom of 2, right? And she has 17 years of working with children, and right now she's a teacher assistant for first graders. And look at those guns. I'm jealous. So Helen, can you please unmute yourself and let us know what Isagenix has done for you?
Hey, good evening. Wow, those stories have been so great and inspiring. I got a big shoes to fill. Well, as you said, I'm married and I have 2 kids. I live in Havelock, North Carolina, and my story all started with my back. I actually had a pinched sciatic nerve, and I kind of walked hunched over and crooked for 4 months. And so the doctor gave me an MRI and was like, hey, look, you're overweight, severely overweight, and you're going to need back surgery. And I was like, what? So he's like, yeah, he's like, if you want, to have a healthier life and stuff, we got to do this for you so you can stand up and walk straight. And I'm thinking, wow, okay, like I got to do this for my kids. So I ended up having back surgery. And after that, I noticed Julie and Dana, they're on here tonight. So you guys, they were losing a lot of weight. And I was like, what are they doing that I'm not doing? And so Julie got me on with Isagenix, and I remember ordering my first box, and we're on the phone, FaceTime, like, oh my God, I got my box, And I was crying because I wanted to make that change for myself and for my kids. And Julie and Dana were there, and they helped me. So it was good. And I was actually engaged as well. So 3 months into the program, I had lost 40 pounds, and my seamstress was like, stop losing weight. She's like, your dress, I can't keep taking it in. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? So Julie Steele called her back to the rescue, and I said, Julie, I'm on the program. She's like, okay, how you feeling? I said, I'm feeling great. She's like, how you looking? I'm like, I'm looking great, but I have a problem. She's like, what's the problem? I was like, yeah, I can't keep losing weight because she can't keep the dress in. And she's like, well, you're gonna make the dress fit for you and you can do this. And I said, okay. So I made sure you know, I just kept on the program, got married in October, and I lost the weight. And about 9 months, 11 months in to being on it, I'm down 100 pounds. So it's been awesome. I cannot wait to be a part of the team and walk across the stage at Celebration. So hopefully COVID will be gone so we can do that. But I have a lot of energy. I jump on a trampoline, something I thought I never could do. I have, you know, I bike ride now, Dana, Julie, and our Phoenix tribe. We've been doing 5Ks, biking, swimming. I joined Zumba. So any type of exercises I've been trying to do. My kids are like, whoa, you did lose a lot of weight. So I hope to inspire someone, you know, just like Melissa and Carlita did too. It's nothing like when you're a mom and you have kids and you don't have the energy, you know. So, but definitely capable of it. And I like how Melissa talked about the team. You're not just by yourself on this journey. You're with a group of people, you know, Julie, Beth, they all reach out to you every day and stuff. So we just kind of stick together and keep us motivated and on track. And yeah.
So thank you. I love you. Thank you for being so strong and making it through this share. I know it's emotional, and I know we're all feeling this with you. I want you to take me back to the person you were before Isogenics, right? That tired, exhausted, overweight mom.
Yeah.
And if you could give an advice, if like you were sitting face to face right now with your old self, what advice would you give yourself? Because there are other moms out there that are the old you.
Yeah.
Right? What advice would you give your old self and all those other moms out there that are looking for a solution?
You can do it. I mean, you know, have someone to hold you accountable, you know, and just every day, baby steps, you know, do the shakes, follow the program, you know, then you can work a little bit of routine and workout in. But definitely having people holding you accountable and working together.
And how have you tried different diet programs in the past?
So I was always a gym rat. Planet Fitness was my place to be. But I was always big. I had the exercising part down, but I didn't have the nutrition. And I think that, I mean, that's what I lacked. You know, it's 80%, you know, what you eat and 20% what you do, you know, so.
Right. Well, that's beautiful. I was the exact opposite. I worked out and then I quit working out and then I started this whole thing, and there's so many people out there that are trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together, and he's like, like you said, I got this down, but I'm missing this. And how beautiful that this puts it all together and blends it all together and makes it all one incredible success story after another. So yeah. I cannot wait to see you on stage.
I know,
one more question. Exciting. It just came to me. How is it being a mom now, 100 pounds lighter versus the old mom? Like, we've had moms on here that shared that they couldn't, you know, go down on the floor and play with their kids. We've had dads on here that said that they couldn't, you know, buckle up their ride on a roller coaster, right? How is it for you different, you know, 100 pounds less?
I have so much energy. I'm up real early in the morning working out, and I work all day with children, and I'm still working out when I come home. So it's just like, I can't explain it. There's just so much energy, and the kids are like, Mom, do you ever sit down? Do you ever take a break? And they're just like, I'm tired. How long are we going for a bike ride for? Or, you know, or swimming? Come on, like, but I don't want to take for granted what I felt like I had. Having your health is something that you can't get. I mean, you got to work for it and try. And I guess having that back surgery and walking crooked, like, I promised myself every day that I would commit to make good choices and exercise, and, you know, the nutrition and the shakes have just been so beneficial to me that I love them. So I'm glad I'm
Thank you.
part of the program.
Thank you so, so much for taking the time and for sharing this. I know without a doubt you're going to inspire some other moms out there and dads, because this is, you know, we've had 3 incredible women today, but we've had days when we had just guys sharing. This is for all ages. This is for all shapes and sizes. This is not for, you know, you have to be this person or that person. Anybody can do this. And if you don't mind muting yourself, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so, so much for your share.
Yeah, no problem.
I want you guys to understand that like she mentioned, our health is our wealth. You know, I hope that this call inspired you to be part of this wonderful community and to believe in yourself a little more, to know that there is a solution out there. There are people praying for the opportunity and the solutions that you just now realize they're out there, right? You heard 3 incredible stories. Regular, ordinary people just like you became extraordinary. They all had different goals. They all had different whys. They all had different fitness levels. They all had different paths and lifestyles, right? But they all said yes to one system. They all said yes to one company. They all had one brown box delivered to their door. Mine was so heavy when I got it, I had to push it in the door because I couldn't carry it. I was that weak, right? And they all said yes to the same program. So here's what I know, guys. People who we have not yet met, you have not yet met, are struggling with the same problems, the same issues that you just found out there's a solution for. We are on a mission. We're on a mission to change lives. You heard 3 incredible stories. Why not yours? And if it's not for you, maybe you know someone else that you care about and you love, and you know that they would benefit from increasing their bank account or decreasing their weight on the scale, increasing their energy, just feeling better, feeling amazing, right? You never waste money invested in your health is never wasted. It's never wasted. So if you want it bad enough, if there's a will, there's a way, right? You can make your dream life your ideal life. You can be home with your children. You can travel the world. We get paid to change the world, right? Here's what I want you to know. We live in a time now where people are hurting and they're struggling and they're searching for a solution more than ever, right? We're here for you. The person that invited you here, the person that shared this video on a group or whatever you're seeing this, cared enough to share it with you. We're here to support you, and we're here to solve the problem that you're having with this proven system. And guess what, guys? This system comes with 100% money back guaranteed. You get your sexy back or you get your money back, right? You have nothing to lose. That's what got me to say yes. Because I'm like, what can I lose? What have nothing to lose? So get back to the person that invited you here. I hope you know that we have the solution that you're searching for. I cannot say that enough. There's so many more Helens out there. There's so many more Melissas out there. There's so many more Carlitas out there that are searching for what we have. So get back to the person that invited you here. Ask them to tell you a little more about it. Say, hey, I saw that crazy Zoom with those crazy people and those beautiful women that share their story, and I want to know more, because why not you? So thank you so much, and I really appreciate your time. And